What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be diving on into Blood West. The 1.0 is out, and the developers were kind enough to fire over actually like a bunch of different saves, a bunch of different stuff for gathering up footage. I didn't need it. I was already playing the game in preparation for 1.0, but it was greatly appreciated. I wish that every developer did stuff like that and had prepared saves and whatnot. But either way, I've played the game for about 6 hours now, and I've decided to make a final video with my 1.0 coverage of the game, and it's very, very positive. I think this game is an exemplary indie. This is one of those games that I wish every single indie game had the focus and the vision and the sense of scale and like what it wanted to be that this game does. If you've never seen Blood West before, this is an open world, Wild West, Weird West RPG FPS where you wander around varying locations, taking quests from various individuals, and then gunslinging against all kinds of kind of Cherokee nightmares that exist out there. In this game, you're going to fight with everything from skinwalkers to the Loup-Garou. This game is effectively kind of a love letter to North American folklore, and so I love that kind of stuff. I don't think there's anybody where I come from that didn't grow up playing cowboys all the time. And so if after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself, I highly recommend it. You can take a look down below in the description. On top of that, you can also take a look down there and you can find a link to my Twitch stream. Pretty solid chance. I have the flu right now, so like I don't know if the day that this video goes live I'm going to stream it, but I'm definitely going to try to boot up a fresh gameplay for you sometime next week when the video comes out, so that you can see what it took to get to where I was in the game and see in a little bit more depth whether or not it's a game you wanted to add to your collection. Let's go ahead and dive on in. If indeed you did want to check out that stream, there will be a link to my Discord and my Twitch stream down below that you can go check out. You're more than welcome to join us in both avenues. But let's get to it. What is the general storyline of this game? Now, the storyline in this game is that you are an accursed soul that cannot die and is summoned by local townsfolk to take care of like beasties and nasties like these weird little alligator things right here that I'm currently beefing with. And on top of that, there's sort of like this recurring theme of the accursed gold in this game. And so this is kind of like during the gold rush period, like California, Sacramento gold rush, all that kind of stuff where people were heading west. People are getting very greedy. People are getting kind of avaricious, I guess, and they've uncovered these seams of what is effectively cursed gold, and anyone that finds that gold sort of invites nasty spirits and beasties and haunted realities into the real world, and it's been wiping out big chunks of the landscape. And so the point of the game is that you are an accursed soul who can be brought back from the dead. You cannot die. They summon you to be the ultimate gunslinger and basically come save the West from this accursed gold that's becoming a major issue for everybody. Is this where I need to be? Nope, this is the fort. I gotta go north and to the west. This is the second map in the game right here. It is much larger and much more ambitious than the first map. The first map is actually fairly linear. It's gonna be a map that you're gonna be able to play through pretty quickly if you pay attention. Is that a dead guy right there? I was just over at the fort, but I didn't expect it. I haven't played since last night when I was preparing for this video. I didn't expect it to actually keep track of the body locations that are around. We do have a bunch of gunslingers on the road. This game does focus reasonably heavily on stealth. This game wants you to be stealthy very, very, very badly. Oh, God, I'm being bit. Okay, something bit me. Hold on. Break out the shotgun. One. Okay, we got beasties running around all over the place. As I was saying, the first map in this game is pretty linear, but the gameplay does actually kind of want you, much in the same case as Gloomhaven. I think that's actually a really good touchstone. That's more stealth-focused than this game, but Gloomhaven is a game that really enforces that you be stealthy. Like, you kind of have to be stealthy in that game. This game wants you to be stealthy, but the stealth system is actually kind of rudimentary, and so you can tell with a lot of the design that they want you to be stealthy throughout your gameplay sessions. But for me, it's mostly boiled down to just getting into long running gunfights with everything that gets in my way. I've been putting a lot of points into stealth perks, just because I've actually found that being an ambush predator in this game works better than most of my other strategies. And so, like, doing full stealth, it takes a long time to complete a compound. So what I've been doing instead... Did they see me? Oh, they did. They did indeed. Okay, what I've been doing instead is I've been kind of making like an RPG build to fight enemies. Oh my God, we're running through all kinds of bullets right now. There we go, got him. Oh, I thought I had the flick right there. Oh, he got me. He successfully led me. Look at you. What was that? I heard somebody else. Oh! After I resurrected from getting dropped, we're going to have to take these guys out again. The good news is I'm fully reloaded this time, and there's a nice fresh level up to reward us for the gunfight. As I was saying, the game wants you to play stealthy. In the early acts of the game, this is increasingly obvious because of the amount of ammo that they give you. In the first chapter, I felt like I was really starved for ammo. I almost never had enough ammo to directly gunfight anybody. I could sort of gunfight my way out of like half of a facility if I needed to, but mostly I needed to handle things stealthily. In the case of the second map, that actually opens up a lot. Now I've got more ammo than I know what to do with. The second reason I know the game wants you to be stealthy is because every single gun in this game has like an enormous reload time that takes a really, really long time to get done. Like, you've basically got a thumb feed just about every gun in this game. Hey, we got a bandage right there. We got some short ammo. And by the time you reload, the enemies had about 95 million free shots at you. I don't know how I missed that shot right there. Apparently, I'm just Mr. Magoo right now. And so anyways, stealth is going to be helpful here. Like I said, I've been tooling myself up to be an ambush predator. I try to make it so that, like, I'm stealthy enough that I can kill 2 or 3 guys and then finish off the rest with gunfire. Have a little bit of each side of the fun pie. This is one of the random areas you can run into in this game. As you'll note, look, it's not marked on the map. You will want to explore in this game. I can tell from just playing this game that Deus Ex was probably a big inspiration on this title, because most of these facilities, both marked and unmarked, they tend to have a whole bunch of secrety secrets and like multiple entrances in and out. Hey, $30? Definitely take $30 in 1800s money. That's got to be like $1 million. In this game, you'll also want to look through every single nook and cranny. The reason being is that the developers of this game obviously had a really, really good time hiding stuff everywhere. I mean, I found like gold nuggets squirreled away in the strangest spots in this game and like little random pieces of treasure. Go ahead and knock him out. That guy's going to try to close with us because he's a shotgunner. I'd prefer to... Oh, we got a big guy. Run, 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 run. We got a big guy. We need incendiary rounds. We got to jump over the fence. Hopefully we don't take any damage right there. Those big guys right there are an issue, dude. I never want to deal with them. Force this guy to come around a corner on us. We'll light him on fire real quick, and then we'll kind of run for it. There are different types of ammo in this game. You can swap between them freely as you desire, so long as you've got the rounds. We need to put a little bit of love on him, because if he closes the gap with us, it's really, really, really going to hurt. That guy hits like an actual freight train. Honestly, like everything in this game hits like a freight train. Your character is very, very fragile in this title. You can die to probably 3 or 4 hits to just about anything in the game. The good news is the game doesn't really skimp on giving you loads and loads and loads of things to fire at the enemy and loads of things to heal with. Oh, it looks like we dropped him with one of the shotgun blasts. Good. Didn't know that I got him. Right now I'm using standard rounds in all my guns, but you saw right there incendiary shotgun and also silver bullets, which can help out quite a bit with ethereal enemies. Was that lootable? It kind of looked lootable. This game does a really, really good job at having lots of knickknacks to loot. And actually, I need to heal. Let me go ahead and take that. Every single item in this game has a custom animation, just like Escape from Tarkov. When you drink a health potion, your character actually drinks a health potion. When you bandage your wounds, your character actually bandages their wounds, even if you are in the middle of combat. And so anyways, you may have noticed that guy didn't aggro right there. One big flaw that I found with the game, there's not very many flaws with this title. This is a really well-designed, really enjoyable game. However, oh my goodness gracious. I don't know if there's a good way to do this. There's a lot of them down there. They all shoot a ranged attack, too. As you can see, it's like a worm ranged attack. If I had a stick of dynamite, I'd just throw it down there, but I don't have any dynamite on me right now. Yeah, I don't think that pit's a good idea. I keep peeking it, and I keep regretting it. So I think those are what they're shooting at us right there. They stay persistent on the map. They're creepy little buggers, aren't they? Aaron, I wanted to get up to this top level. Like, I guarantee you there's some loot down in that pit that we want, but without a Molotov cocktail or without some kind of dynamite, I don't think we're going to be able to get after it. Ask and ye shall receive. There's our Molotov. Might be able to do something with it now. We might be able to clear the pit. Kind of depends. I don't know. I'll try to throw a molly down there and we'll see what happens. As I was saying, one of my complaints about the game is that the stealth system is kind of like, meh, it's not that great. You may have noticed that that guy on that walkway way over there didn't aggro, even though we were fighting people right here in the plaza or like in this kind of like open area. That's going to persist throughout the entire game. Aggro in this game and also people being aware of you or not aware of you is really difficult to predict, in my experience. Hopefully I got a couple of them. I don't know. Well, bad news is we got like none of them with the Molotov, so I may need to leave this till later. This just seems kind of risky from where I'm sitting right now. They deal a lot of damage, as I mentioned earlier. It's real easy to get 2-tapped or 3-tapped in this game, and so I really don't want to peek that anymore. I think we've just about cleared out this facility except for whatever might be inside that pit over there, and I'm sure it's probably the best thing of the day. But I figure we'll just be on our way. Right now I'm on my way to the Alligator Farm. That's one of the cool locations you're going to be fighting the undead in. We've got a bunch of ghosts over here on the other side. We'll go ahead and take care of them real fast. Oh, we got like, what are those over there? I don't even know what those are. Those are a new enemy. Enemy variety in this game is really, really good. It's split in between maps, actually. So the enemies that you run into are specific to the map that you're currently playing. The Canyon, which is the first chapter of this game, has a completely different set of enemies than this marsh does. And while some old friends might make a comeback, they also have new abilities when they make a comeback. So this is not one of those games where they just retext your enemies and use them for the next map. In this game, they actually get like new attacks and new abilities if they do reuse a mob, which in my opinion is the best way to do that. Alright, so here's that old Gator Farm right here. We're going to need to rearrange things a little bit inside of our inventory. I'm going to sort everything out real fast, and we'll throw that over to there. This game does have a fiddly-diddly inventory system, a la Escape from Tarkov or Diablo if you enjoy inventory management. This game's got a bunch of it for you. It's got a bunch of it for you. Unfortunately, I do have some complaints about the inventory system. The stacks are like illogical sizes that it's clear that they designed it that way just to kind of make organizing your inventory and like always being out of space a major issue. So for example, shotgun ammo only stacks up to like 19. Short ammo for like a 45 caliber. Oh boy. Yeah, that's bad. Let's run. For like a 45 caliber pistol, only stacks up to like 15. And so if you ever bring enough rounds to actually like fight with people, you're going to have like half your inventory filled with ammunition. There's just kind of no way around it. Oh my god, how did I miss that? That felt like it was dead on his little Lugaroo domer, dude. He just Lugaroo bit me, man. God, get out of here. I've been calling those fro dogs because they run around, they got like little froze on them, dude. Let's go ahead and head on into the compound and out of this mist, which I'm sure YouTube's compression is going to make an absolute nightmare of. I was trying to film this episode mostly inside compounds because this game doesn't use volumetric fog. It uses like a flat fog filter. And so anyways, oh, that's a big guy right there. I don't know what I want to do with him. We'll probably shoot him from further away, I guess. I only need like 2 incendiary rounds. I need to light him up, and then we need to kite him. Alright, I needed him to be on fire. I wish I had gold bullets right now. I do not have gold bullets, but gold bullets would be a huge help. I'm going to jump to this little island. Whoa, he just throw something at me? Oh boy. Alright, yep, we've just got like a big old cavalcade of problems. Oh, those things are faster than I thought they'd be. It ain't looking real good. I'm not gonna lie to you. The situation's looking a little touch and go at the moment. There are a lot of alligators. They are all trying to eat me. They are coming out of the woodwork of everywhere, and me without my shotgun, like an absolute maniac. I'm very much in the process of basically almost getting murdered. Oh my god. The marsh is quite a bit more dangerous than the previous maps that I've been playing through. There's a lot of stuff here that really wants to hurt me. That goes without saying. However, there are a number of ways to equip yourself against such threats. So in this game, the RPG progression mechanics, there's the skills. There are a lot of them. You level up, and each one of these has 3 different levels that give you some kind of a bonus. So like right here, for example, I could go firearm reload time, which sounds pretty good. And then I could go with level 2 to give a higher chance that my shot will be critical. And then I could also decrease bleeding damage a little bit. I could get better prices with traders. We could get a chance for enemies just to flat miss their shots every now and again. We can get medical training, which makes our bandages hit a little bit better. A lot of variety inside of there. And honestly, one thing that I think the game does the best is its artifact system. So this game is also clearly very much inspired by Stalker. There are artifacts in this game, just like there are in Stalker. And these artifacts, will each and every one of them actually have some pretty unique uses. A lot of games like this, they give you bad artifacts. The artifact will be something like, you now deal 10% more damage with shotguns. That to me is like really, really uninteresting and passive. In this game, there's a bunch of really interesting artifacts, and in fact, I've got one of them on me right now. One of them's called the Murderer's Gemstone, and I'm carrying the Murderer's Gemstone on me. And in its description, it says that it's a gemstone that absorbs the souls of anything that I kill and becomes more beautiful and shines brighter with each soul that it takes in. But if you die, it resets the value of the gem down to 0. And so you're trying to get like big ass kill streaks to make this thing way, way, way more valuable so that you can trade it for a bunch of money because the vendors have like legendary items and stuff on them. I have a Wendigo heart over here. It makes me regenerate, but it reduces my HP. I have a necklace with fangs that makes me better at sneaking, gives me better stamina. I know that I just said that the artifacts are really interesting and diverse. And then I showed you 2 of the least interesting artifacts that I could possibly have equipped. But I promise, almost every single enemy in this game drops some kind of artifact or thing that you can equip on your person. So like right there, you take less damage from bleeding, but if you are bleeding, you deal way more damage and you have way less sway on your gun. That's really, really cool. Ooh, healing potion. Nice. Like I said, there's little things hidden all over this game. This guy right here, he has the face scalp. It resists, it gives us 20% resistance to damage, but it makes all prices worse at shops. And it's accursed, which means we can never take it off once we put it on, except for the usage of a very rare potion like that one right there called Purple Revival. Purple Revival will remove all of your flaws and all of the things that are wrong with you and all of the curses from you, but they don't come around very often. After 6.5 hours, I just got access to a vendor that allows me to like buy those at like high prices, and I had to do like a big ass quest for them first. There's a lot of gators here for a place called Gator Farm, man. Like, even for a place named Gator Farm, there's a lot of alligators here, like a very significant quality of gators. And we probably want to avoid the big dogs as much as possible. They're just unholy damage soaks. And that was the aggro being weird, just like I mentioned. Sometimes it seems like mobs are linked, and they hang out with one another, and then other times it feels like the mobs don't notice you at all. I can never tell. That's one down. We got a shotgun guy in the back. We're going to have to tap him with our little lady business pistol right there. Alligator, I swear to God. If you don't knock... Oh, there's 2 of them? Damn. All right. Hold on. Just... Got him a little bit. Got him a little bit. Got him a little bit. Man, this place is heated. The difficulty of the second map is definitely higher than the difficulty of the first map. The first map, pretty deadly if you weren't careful, but this is one of those games that I think kind of prides itself on being a little bit hardcore. It's like Wild West Stalker. Like, things can kill you in this universe, even though you're, you know, a terminally undead badass. And so anyways, expect most things in this game to 3-tap you, even the smallest enemies. If you have something that gives you more HP, 4 hits. Usually seems to be a pretty good rule of thumb. So are they eating the gators out here, man? I'll tell you what, alligator is one of the most delicious tasting... Oh, it's here. Ooh.
Solid piece of iron.
A legendary... Ooh, a lever-action rifle who's someone adorned with branches and leaves. What if these are not decorations, but instead they grew out of the dead wood? Whatever the answer, holding this weapon in the bushes makes you blend in with the environment. So it gives us sneaking, apparently. It also does 32 damage. And it's got better range than the pistol we've got on us. I suppose we can take her for a spin. Go ahead and load her up real quick. What's the legend of the undead's hat, huh? Damn, it's got a big old... Yo! It's got a lot of rounds. We're looking throughout the realm for accursed items, just like the one that we just picked up, because those are what's spreading the cursed gold around and spawning from them. We got scribbles on paper about the Wraith. You're going to find little lore things and little lore drawings all over the place. If you're interested in them, they are interesting. I'm actually kind of happy we found this. I've been waiting to get a better Winchester rifle that's kind of kept up with the content, and I just haven't been that lucky. There we go. Drop them real quick. I'll probably take the ammo out of there, too. And if I could fit that anywhere... Can I put the shotgun in my second slot? I can't. Damn. Inventory space, man. This game loves to deprive you of inventory space. So things stack to weird numbers, even though you don't want them to. Got that one. He's coming up, though. Things stack to weird amounts. One of my big complaints about the game is that they don't give you a melee slot for some reason. So in a game where they expect you to do stealth all the time, unfortunately... you don't have a melee slot. You have, like, a big slot and a little slot. That's it. And you can only have, like, 2 things. I would very much like it if they added a melee slot so that you could have a big gun, you could have a sidearm, and you could have a melee weapon. That would be ideal for me anyways, but that kind of goes into that idea where it seems like this game really, really, really wants you to be hurting for options or hurting for inventory space a lot of the time. So it's a minor gripe, but you guys will know that I don't believe that inventory management adds anything to a video game. I believe every game you should be able to carry as much stuff as you want to carry. There should be no weight penalty. I don't think I've ever played a game where carrying weight felt like a worthwhile mechanic that added to the game rather than subtracting from it. You know what I mean? And so I guess I might be a little bit of an outlier with that controversial opinion. So it might not even be a valid complaint, but it is a thing that I've noticed is I would very much like for them to add a melee slot or at least a knife slot so that you can, you know, stealth without having to move things around like your shotgun and your dagger and all that kind of stuff. If you wanted to see how stealth works, it works very, very rudimentary. So if I wanted to go after this guy, people can hear you. They can also see you. Pretty much everything in the game dies to one knife stab if you can get in behind it. And so that's the stealth system. That's the whole thing. You can also press, I think, the 5 key, and you can throw a rock, which is kind of like throwing a bolt in Stalker, and it will draw enemies' attention and things like that. Sometimes the enemies will investigate dead bodies. If you leave them laying around, they'll kind of like half aggro, and they'll start walking around trying to figure out what happened. But as I said, aggro in this game is kind of all over the place, and you never know. Oh, God. Okay. Hey, what's going on, buddy? I didn't know that he looped all the way around. I got shoulder checked. The good news is with this brand new big iron we got, he didn't really stand much of a chance against us, did he? All right, so let's grab all those goodies right there. You got a gator over here that needs to be dealt with. Apparently, gators don't die to one shot, but that kind of makes sense, you know, because a gator's like basically a prehistoric dragon. One of the few creatures left on this planet that never had to evolve in order to get better. Ooh, free tomahawk. Can't carry it. Anything down in this little shed over here? I bet you there is. Look inside all the broken crates and stuff, dude. They love hiding things behind stuff and inside things that look like environmental objects. I can't really pick that up right now, so I think we've probably hit most of the things. Oh, geez. Okay, he came out of nowhere. Got him. Apparently, I'm just going to wing him in the shoulder all day long. This is the universe's sturdiest dog right here. There we go. Finally, man. But I don't think there's too much here for us to uncover any further. I mean, there's a gator skin right there that's worth like 150 bucks. There's a spider's medallion right there. Well, I'm glad we didn't leave then. What does that do? It raises your acid resistance by 50%, and it looks like it has a chance to allow you to stagger enemies. Not bad. I think it may be time for me to do away with the Wendigo heart to throw that one in right there, and then I just need to kind of like get good. so that I don't take damage that much. Down he goes. Every gun in this game has an optimal range, but most enemies are actually pretty tanky due to the fact that they're undead. The good news is one well-placed headshot will get all of them. But I think we're running out of time for the day. I highly endorse this game. I think this is great. I really wish there was more indie games like this one. So there's not really too much to say here. I think it's a great game with a couple small flaws, like it understands the scale that it wants to operate at. And as a result of that, I think it provides a rich exploration experience, good gunplay, good enemy variety, great item variety, which further solidifies the reasons to explore the game world. It's got a very moody kind of visual temperament to it. It's got a growling main character that's kind of upset about being brought back from the grave to go hunt monsters. The enemies are a threat at all times. You have your pick of numerous ways to deal with every single adventuring location. And also, just the game world is fun to work your way through. There's tons of secrets out there, even in unmarked locations. Stealth, loud, whatever. Play how you want to play. As I mentioned, the major issues that came up for me in gameplay were just a restrictive inventory system and the lack of a knife slot, which led to me fiddling with my inventory a lot mid-gunfight when stealth failed, and probably difficult to predict aggro and stealth system tables. But those are all kind of like minor marks. This is a really good gunslinging time with great sound effects, great music, great map design, great atmosphere. You're going to love it. I like the game a lot. I think it's really, really good. I think that if every game was as good as this one, my work every week would be super simple and super easy. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were fooling around with Blood West. Tomorrow to be something else. Well done, developers, and I'll catch you all tomorrow with something hot and fresh off the indie skillet. Bye, guys.